Hello, Mark. How
Hello.
are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. And just wanted to start off on team news. Sorry, I sound very ill, so try my best here. Just wanted to start off with team news. Has anything changed from the last game? Could you give an update on Joachim Andersen?
Yes, let's start with the back four. Yes, Joaquin is one of the players that is going to be out. Plus George Cuenca as well. George got a knock during the week and is going to be out of the game too. Plus as Harrison Reed, as you know as well, and it's going to be the situation. And about Ryan Sessegnon, still doubtful for the game. And we have these four situations and four players. Apart from that, and all the others are going to be available.
Have you got any time frame of those four players when you can expect to see them back?
About Joaquin and George?
Yeah.
George, I think, is going to be quicker than Joaquin. Joaquin is going to be out for some games. Not difficult to find and to say to you, be clear about the timeline or is going to be ready for, but it's going to be for the next few games.
Lovely, thank you. A difficult game against Wolves. They really put up a good game against Wolves. So I'm wondering if you had some time to reflect on some of the points within that game, and I guess what's it done to the team since then. I know you have a bounce back mentality, focus on the next task at hand.
Yes, we have a bounce back mentality. Of course, the next one is always important, but it's really important to analyze, to close the past game, and to be clear with the message to the players too, and to make them to understand, even for us to analyze deeper what's happened in the game. First, of course, as that we were there and everybody that was in the game, of course, at all that result and score reflects what's happened on the pitch. That is the first thing. I think they have 4 attempts, and it was really a strange game, more in the way you finished the game and win the game with 10 men without a red card was really weird, if I can say in this way. Not our best performance, but I really believe that first half, the way we started the game, be leading the score like we were, being the best team on the pitch, the first 30 minutes clearly, we did score, and with a crossbar ball till the minute 30 of the game, even not one shot or attempt from Wolves. The game was going in a direction that is being our last few games at home. That is the reality. Apart from the Aston Villa game, we conceded a goal where they equalized, where we were flat, really flat, not aggressive enough, not won enough, and of course changed, in my opinion, completely the story of the game and the direction that the game was in that moment. Second half we conceded, and of course after, when the reaction from ourselves was there, Joaquin got injured after my 5 changes, and of course created a different scenario for us and much more a bigger problem for us than it was before. I think the way you played was not a game for us to lose the way we lost, and clear the way Wolves played, clear was not a game for them to win with that score and all that stuff. But you know, Premier League is like that, and you have to be always and to reach certain standards that we to make you to be stronger than the opposition side. I think we did that until the 30 minutes of the game. After that, the game changed completely. It's up to us to don't concede goals the way you did it, and of course, even if concede, to keep ourselves on the game in the same way that we were playing before. But clear, the result didn't reflect what's up in the game. And of course, now we are going to be ready for the next one, as you expect. We analyze, we work on it, and after we go for the next one.
Lovely. And now looking ahead to this game against Tottenham Hotspur and the work, I guess, that Ange Postecoglou has been doing with that side. I know they had a very impressive game against Manchester City and drew against Roma. What, I guess, have you taken from their last couple of games that you think is going to help you coming into this?
I think it's clear their identity. It's clear what Ange wants from the players, the way they play. I think he's already played against them enough last season to understand the way they play and what they want from the games and all that stuff. Of course, they had 1 or 2 players last summer for the way they want to play, to be even with more pace, probably in the attack line, and more intensity in the first pressure as well. Of course, they had a striker that has capacity to be really strong in the first pressure and all that stuff. Clear the identity, the way they want to play, that looking always for the opposition goal and trying to always to create chances, create a scenario that when they build up, when they start to be in our offensive organization and positional attack. They put a lot of players in front of the ball, a lot of bodies between the lines as well. They have the capacity to create different scenarios and different problems for the opposition side. We know what they're going to do. Of course, we are aware of it. Up to us to keep our organization really strong, and quality in our defensive organization, of course, and is a game that we have to be brave like normal we are against any team, and you have to go there to be brave enough to challenge them and to match them, to fight for the 3 points.
Lovely. Do you think there's, I guess, some aspirations to take from where Spurs are in terms of being regular, challenging within Europe? They always compete, trying to get into top 4 or into those European spots, and it seems that the way this team is going, there seems to be a lot of ambition to make history with Fulham and get him into the current European and setups there are. Do you think you can take some, I guess, aspiration from the work that Ange Postecoglou is doing with the team?
We know what we are going to do. Ambition no one is going to take from ourselves. You know the way I see football as well. But one thing that I'm not going to do is to don't be realistic. We are talking against one of the teams that everyone calls the top 6 club in this country. You know that everything what they have behind them, the conditions, everything. I think is something. Sometimes you can compare things. Other times is. I understand the question about our ambition, the way we have been playing, all that stuff, but you have to be realistic. Really, the first, the key for you to improve, the key for you to move forward, your ambitions to be or to go over your ambitions. The first thing is to be realistic and to understand the reality of our football club. And if you want to compare with the others, you can. But of course, in some moments, my opinion doesn't make really sense. But after, it's going to be a football match, 2 teams inside, and of course the best team is going to win. And yes, there you have to show something. There you have to be ambition enough and brave enough to go and to fight and to match them and to fight for the result. All the other things that they are around in terms of the size of the clubs, whatever, everything that you know about both clubs, I think we have to be realistic about it.
Lovely, thank you, Malcolm.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Good seeing you again.
Hi.
Yesterday I read a really interesting interview with your player, Anthony Robinson, and he spoke about his belief that Fulham this season can go toe-to-toe with everyone. How important is this message of confidence and faith after a defeat against Wolves, and especially when you go to a difficult London derby this weekend?
It's really important, but it's really nice and important for me to feel that the players, they have this... these 2 things about the way they think about the game, the way they face the game, the way they prepare themselves is a message that is being throughout all the football club the last 3 seasons clear. Is the way I mean football is the way I manage my players. The football club as well is the only way that I can be in football. And of course it's going to be another game that you have a chance to enjoy, to embrace the challenge, to enjoy the challenge, a big one in front of us, definitely, but you have to be there, because if you fear something, if you don't are brave enough, you don't express ourselves on the pitch, it's going to be much more difficult. And you want to be Fulham Football Club inside the Tottenham Stadium, and of course being Fulham inside, we have to be, it's going to be a good game, definitely, because we are capable to do good things as well, and to face a team with the quality of Tottenham that, of course, in some moments of the game they are really strong, and you have to be aware of it.
Still, despite the pain from the Wolves' defeat, would you agree that you are ahead of what you thought you'll be at this stage of the season? You're just a point below Spurs, I think 4 points below the top 4.
No, of course. Was a difficult one to take, last defeat for us. Definitely was a difficult, because, as I said, the way you started the game, the first 30 minutes, no one expected that thing happen, and probably we lost the chance to get clear. We lost the chance to get 3 points in that game, because again, being ourselves, reaching certain standards that they are important for us in the way we want to play, I think was a winnable game. But the reality that in football we have to be always in certain level, and in Premier League even more. Okay, the game is done. We lost the game. It was a difficult one to take. But as you said, before that game, everyone was saying that we were brilliant. The start of the season is being brilliant. Of course, we had a bad game, a bad afternoon for us, a frustration one for us. But of course, you have to react. We have to try to to bounce back and all that stuff. And it cannot be one game that is going to take the good things and hide the good things that we have been doing. But yes, we have to react as a team.
And how challenging is it to prepare for a team like Spurs? On one hand, great results against City, against United, against Villa. On the other hand, some disappointing results from their perspective against Ipswich, against Palace.
But that is Premier League, that's Premier League. What we are speaking about as with the Wolves game and all that stuff in a different level. Of course, they have different goals, they have different aspirations on the paper, of course. It's the same thing that happened with us against Palace. It's the same thing that some frustration results against West Ham at home when the performance from ourselves should end with the 3 points and didn't. And of course, this type of situations is all the managers, all the teams, players as well, they work hard to find some consistency. And this for sure is what we're talking about Tottenham, some great performance, other not so good. But of course, because they're the teams that they keep always the level here, at the end they are going to be the teams that they are going to reach the main goals and to be always in a position that they have to be proud of. Everyone wants that. Everyone wants to be, all the clubs, they want the same. Myself as a manager, Anja the same. He wants consistency in performance-wise, and of course the good performance, they are going to give you the chance to win football matches.